The following is a production of the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. It's time for Davis County Baseball on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Now, let's head down to the field with the voice of the Davis County Mustangs, Alice Kojo.
It's time for Mustang Baseball. Welcome to the Mustang Sports Complex and another start to a week of Davis County Baseball. We start off at the Mustang Sports Complex where Davis County will wrap up their season series versus the Albia Blue Demons with a doubleheader starting with Game 1, which is coming up momentarily. Pleasure to have you with us here on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. I'm Alice Kojo. I am joined by Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith back at our studios in Ottumwa. Whether you're listening on New Country 104.3 KRKN or taking in the online stream on the Atomo Radio Group Facebook or YouTube pages, we appreciate you joining us on this Monday. Last time we saw the Mustangs was on Friday when Davis County banged the season-high 10 hits, allowing the Mustangs to outlast Clark by a final score of 12-9. The win put Davis County at 9-10 on the season and 6-7 in the South Central Conference. If Davis County can sweep the doubleheader tonight against Albia, the Mustangs can accomplish three things. First, they can climb over the 500 mark for the first time since May 22nd. Two, they can leapfrog Albia in the South Central Conference standings to fourth place. And three, they can clinch the season series versus Albia as well. As for the Blue Demons, they're 7-6 in the South Central Conference after edging Cardinal 3-2 on Friday. The win kept the Blue Demons in fourth place, and after the triumph over Cardinal, Albia fell to Moravia on a hot Saturday afternoon, 6-5. This will be the first of two visits to Bloomfield for the Blue Demons. The next time Albia comes here will be on July 8th, and their season will be on the line. It'll be July 5th, and their season will be on the line as they will open postseason play versus Central Decatur here in Bloomfield. The only time these schools met last year, or I should say this year, was a classic. Davis County won a low-scoring pitchers' duel back on June 2nd, 2-1 in 8 innings. Let's take our first break, and when we come back, starting lineups for Davis County and Albia as we get you set for Game 1 of our doubleheader from here at the Mustang Sports Complex. Great to have you with us on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Against the Albia
Back here at the Mustang Sports Complex, coaches have met at home plate, exchanged lineup cards, and we are ready for the introductions of the starting lineup, so let's get to it. First off, for Brad DeMoss and the Albia Blue Demons, 8-10 on the season, 7-6 in the South Central Conference. Their lineup looks like this for Game 1. Drake Kennedy leads things off. He's in center field. Isaac Holmes in left field, batting second. Batting third, and at shortstop is Drake Irwin. Connor McFall is the starting pitcher for Game 1. He bats cleanup. Maddox Kennedy's at third base, batting fifth. Batting sixth, and at second base, Carter Folkerts. Jackson Strickler is at first base. He bats seventh. Batting eighth, and the DH is Bryson Reed, who will be batting for the right fielder, Carson Son. And Bo Buckingham wraps up the lineup, and he is catching. So once again for Albia, Drake Kennedy's in center, Helms in left, Irwin at short, McFall is pitching, Max Kennedy at third, Folkerts at second, Strickler at first, Reed is the DH, and Buckingham is catching. Davis County is a win under 500. They're 9-10, 6-7 in the South Central Conference. Head coach Todd White has this lineup. Peyton Schooley will be on the mound for Game 1. He bats leadoff. Batting second and in left field is Josh Settles. Brett Prevost at third base, batting third. Batting cleanup, and at second base, Max Taylor. Houston Schooley is catching. He bats fifth. Batting sixth, and at shortstop, Dexter Scott. Noah Sizemore's at first base, batting seventh. Batting eighth, and in right field, Quinn McCoy. And batting ninth, and in center field is Duke Scott. Again for Davis County, Peyton Schooley is pitching. Settles in left, Prevost at third. Taylor at second, Houston Schooley is catching. Scott is at short. Sizemore at first, McCoy's in right, and Duke Scott is in center. Let's step away for the national anthem when we come back. First pitch of Game 1 between Davis County and Albia from here in Bloomfield on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patient an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Welcome to a very hot Mustang Sports Complex. First of two between Albia and Davis County, about to get underway as Peyton Schooley's on the mound for Davis County. This is his 8th appearance. His second start. He is 2-0 on the season. He's pitched 16 and a third innings. ERA of 4.29, but he has been very reliable on the mound for the Mustangs in his freshman season. One of his 2 wins came against Albia back on June 2nd. That 2-1 win in 8 innings. We'll talk about that game a little bit more as we continue through this one. Through 16 and a third innings, Schooley has struck out 16 and walked 8. Opponents are batting .286 versus Schooley. He'll face an Albia lineup that's batting .259 collectively as a team. And starting off with Drake Kennedy, right-handed batting junior. There's two different Drakes on Albia. Both of them spelled differently. This one spells Drake, and I've never seen the spelling before, D-R-A-E-K. First pitch of the game is fouled back by Drake Kennedy. We are underway. First pitch thrown at 5:01. 91 degrees at first pitch. Feels like 102 outside. There's a high pop-up. Short right field. That is trouble, and that is going to drop for a base hit. It is a windy afternoon here in Bloomfield, and anything up in the air is going to be an adventure. So a bloop single for Kennedy to start things off. Now the batter is Isaac Helm. Helm's a sophomore, batting .268 this season, 3 doubles, 6 runs driven in as Kennedy takes a sizable lead from first. First pitch swinging, popped up, foul territory, first base side, and making the catch is Peyton Schooley, and Houston Schooley crashed into Peyton in foul territory, and Peyton looked like he took the worst of that exchange. He gets up, looks like it's one of his legs that he's favoring. They got the out, so Helm popped out in foul territory to the pitcher Peyton Schooley, but Peyton looks like he's testing that right leg. Now head coach Todd White comes out to check on Peyton Schooley. Looks like Schooley lost his right shoe during that crash as well. So Albia has a runner at first with 1 out. And Schooley slips his shoe back on. And I wonder if they'll let him go to the mound and maybe try a pitch to see if he's okay with that leg. Max Taylor hands him his glove, and Peyton Schooley heads back to the mound. So Schooley was favoring that right leg. That's your drive leg as a right-hander. And yet they're going to allow Schooley to throw one warm-up pitch to see if he's okay. From here, he looks okay. Well, looks like they're going to allow him another warm-up pitch. Tyrell Welsh, the field umpire, gives the thumbs up. Head coach Todd White heads back to the third base dugouts. And we will continue here in the top of the first with the batter being Drake Irwin. Irwin was absolutely on fire the first time these two teams met. As the runner goes from first, pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second is wide, and that deflects into center field. Kennedy gets up, heads to third, and he'll get in there safely. So Kennedy gets a stolen base, an error on the throw by Schooley, allowing Kennedy to advance to third. 0-1 to count to Drake Irwin. Davis County keeps their infield back. The pitch. Curveball, whacked up the middle. Scott dropped it. Throw to first, not in time. So an error allows Irwin to reach. Coming in to score is Drake Kennedy, and Albia has fired the first salvo here in the first. So a pair of errors have allowed Albia to break the seal here in the first inning. And the batter is Connor McFall, a junior batting .346, 7 doubles. That leads the team with 11 RBI, and he takes ball 1. Schooley pitching from the stretch. Quick slide step and a line drive foul above the head of the first base coach, or beg your pardon, third base coach. One and one to count to McFall. Schooley with the move to first, and back safely is Irwin. Davis County with 2 errors in this inning. That has been an issue for the Mustangs over the last 2 games. Next pitch from McFall is an off-speed pitch that's high for ball 2. 2 games ago, last Tuesday, Davis County kicked the ball around against Mount Pleasant with 10 errors. And even though they won on Friday, they had 6 errors versus Clark. That's a high pop-up. First base side twisting, and that's going to fall near the line, and everybody's safe. Another high pop-up, which turned out to be an issue for Davis County. Noah Sizemore, the first baseman, taps himself on the chest as if to say, my bad. We'll put that down as a hit. Runners now at first and second with 1 out, and the batter is Maddox Kennedy. Maddox, a senior, batting .265 this season, a pair of doubles and 8 runs driven in. A lot of early pitch swinging for Albia here in the first inning as Dylan Renaud comes in to replace McFall as a courtesy runner. Albia only scored 1 run against Davis County back on June 2nd. They have 1 run here already, looking for more, and that pitch gets past Schooley, allowing the runners to advance to second and third. So a wild pitch. And Albia threatens to put up a crooked number here in the first inning. Now runners at second and third with 1 out. 1-0 the count to Maddox Kennedy. Here comes Schooley's next offering. Fastball missing outside. Next pitch is cut on and missed to make it 2-1. Albia, kind of like Davis County, up and down season, hovering around the 500 mark. 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on a changeup. This will be a good spot for a strikeout if you're a Mustang fan. Runners at second and third and 1 out, 2-2 to count. To Kennedy, the pitch. That's popped up on the left side of the infield. Calling for it and making the catch is a shortstop, Dexter Scott, for the second out. So Peyton Schooley's not away from getting out of this trouble, mostly due to what's happening behind him in Mother Nature with the high winds we have here at the Mustang Sports Complex. He'll have to contend with Carter Folkerts, right-handed hitting senior, who takes a strike. Folkerts checks in with the .235 average, 2 doubles, a triple, 5 runs batted in. He has 2 more ducks on a pond on base. The 0-1, curveball, cut on and missed. Nice pitch by Schooley. And Folkerts is in the hole, 0-2. Next pitch to Folkerts. That's popped up behind the plate, and Schooley makes the catch. And the inning is over. Albia does score 1 run on 2 hits. 2 errors in the inning and 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the first. Albia 1. Davis County coming up on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
One nothing, Albia leads it as Davis County will start their first at bat as Peyton Schooley strides to the plate. He'll be going up against Connor McFall. A big left-handed pitching, I should say, junior. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees on the outside corner. McFall working quickly, and there's a swing and a miss by Schooley to make it 0-2. Schooley batting .278 this season, on-base percentage of .409, one double and one run driven in. But he's in the hole 0-2. The pitch by McFall, strike three called. The pitch was dropped by the catcher Buckingham, but he throws the first to finish off Schooley, and a three-pitch strikeout to Peyton Schooley to start things off. That brings in Josh Settles. Settles has cooled off, but he's still batting .327 this season. And that pitch hit him in the helmet. Settles wears one on his helmet. That's why you wear one. And the Mustangs get their first base runner after McFall hits him. So that brings up Brett Prevost, batting .188 this season, a pair of doubles and 8 runs driven in. Davis County trails at 1-0. Runner at first, one out, and a big swing and a miss by Prevost. This is McFall's 7th appearance on the mound, his 3rd start. He is 3-2 this season, 4.05 ERA as he steps off. He's pitched 19 innings. He struck out 17 while walking 12. Opponents are batting .211 against him. That's high and outside. Breaking ball missing well outside. And that makes the count 1-1. Next pitch to Prevost. He reaches and swings and misses, and the throw to second and Settles is a dead duck. That was a hit and run. Prevost reached and tried to put that ball in play. That was well outside. It was an awful pitch, but a good one on that in that situation, as Prevost had to reach and wave at that one. Settles is caught stealing, and there's 2 outs. Now the pitch to Prevost, inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 pitch. There's a high fly ball out to left field, and it is just off the glove of Drake Kennedy in center. Rounding first and heading to second is Prevost. He has himself a 2-out double. That's Prevost's 3rd double of the season. And a 2-out opportunity for Max Taylor. Anything in the air is going to take off on you as the wind is blowing briskly towards left. With that in mind, here's Max Taylor, freshman batting an even .200. He's been mired into 100, so he's turning that batting average around lately. First pitch fastball, over but low, ball 1. Taylor has a pair of doubles as well. 8 runs driven in. He's second on the team in strikeouts, however, with 15. First is the man standing on second base, Brett Prevost. There's a high pop-up, and that stays on the infield, and first baseman Strickler puts it away, and that'll do it for Davis County. No runs, a hit, and a man left. We are through 1. It is Albia 1, Davis County nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We're in the second inning of the opening game for our doubleheader here at the Mustang Sports Complex. Albia leading Davis County 1-0. Bottom third of the Albia lineup due up, starting with Jackson Strickler. Strickler is a junior, batting .212 this season, has a double, and he leads the team in RBI. Actually, he's tied for the team lead with 13 with Drake Irwin. Close stance for Strickler, batting right-handed, and he looks at a pitch upstairs for ball 1. Albia scored their run on an error. Fastball taken for a strike. Drake Kennedy reached on a single. He stole second, took third on a throwing error by Schooley. Curveball popped up, third base side. Prevost gives it a look, but he runs out of room. 1-2 the count to Strickler. And after Kennedy was at third, Irwin was able to put a ball in play, and it was misplayed by shortstop Dexter Scott. Kennedy scored, and that's our only run of the game so far. That's a bouncer to the plate to make the count 2-2. That breaking ball misses outside, and the count is full. Just getting started here in the top of the second. Albia leading Davis County 1-0. Strickler looking to reach to begin the Albia second. He swings and misses and strikes out. First strikeout for Peyton Schooley. 1 out in the inning, and the batter is Bryson Reed. I remember Bryson Reed back in Albia on June 2nd, just because he was the one to inform me that their head coach, Brad DeMoss, was not present at the ball game on June 2nd. There's a strike. Because I went up to the Albia dugout looking for a lineup, of course. I said, hey, where's Coach DeMoss? He says, yeah, he's not here. Okay, where is he? Well, he got thrown out in our game before. There's a line drive up the middle on a couple of hops. Dexter Scott has it and throws out Reed by a step for the second out. So Brad DeMoss missed the first game because he disputed a call at EBF, was thrown out of that game, and high school rules dictate that if you get thrown out of a game, you have to sit out the subsequent game, which is why Brad DeMoss missed the first game. Billy Strickler took over as head coach, but Brad DeMoss is back in as head coach for this doubleheader today as Bo Buckingham takes ball 1. Buckingham's a sophomore, batting .043 this season. 1 hit in 23 at-bats as he swings and misses to make it 1-1. Schooley looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, taken by Buckingham, and the count is 1-2. Schooley nods, winds, and delivers. Curveball, got him looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Albia goes down 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Albia 1, Davis County nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
One nothing. Albia leads it as the bottom of the second rolls in. Connor McFall able to pitch around a hit batter and a double to keep Davis County off the board in the first. 5, 6, 7 due up for the Mustangs in this inning, starting with Houston Schooley. Schooley will bat right-handed as switch hitter turns around to bat against McFall. Schooley had his best game of the season back on Friday versus Clark. Swings at the first pitch and grounds it in front of the plate. Buckingham, the catcher, lost the grip on it, and Schooley is safe at first. Schooley hustling down the line, and he reaches on the error by Buckingham. Hudson Humphrey comes in to run for Schooley. Just to wrap up my thought on Schooley, he was 4 for 4 with a double in Davis County's 12-9 win over Clark on Friday. So not a hit, but he reaches base anyway. And the batter is Duke Scott with the tying run on first base. Here in the the bottom of the second. Fastball up and away, ball 1. Dexter Scott batting .162 this season as he looks at a pitch low and outside for ball 2. We've been keeping a tally on his walks all season, up to a team leading 14 on the season coming into the doubleheader. Oof, that was a low strike called by home plate umpire John Tharp to make the count 2-1. Hudson Humphrey, a perfect 2 for 2 stealing. Throw to first, at loops over into foul territory. It gets over the head of Strickler, and Hudson Humphrey takes second base. So a throwing error on McFall. So team errors are now even at 2. Schooley reached on an error, and then his courtesy runner Hudson Humphrey was able to take second on the pickoff throw gone awry from McFall. The 2-1 pitch to Scott, who scores the bunt, takes a pitch upstairs for ball 3. With nobody at first, Strickler, the first baseman, comes into charge. If Scott bunts it hard enough to Strickler, they might try to force out Humphrey at third. The count is 3-1, however. Scott scores the bunt again, and the pitch bounces to the plate. That's ball 4. 2 on and none out for Noah Sizemore. Sizemore batting .128 this season. He has a pair of runs driven in. He squares the bunt. He reaches for it, misses, and is strike one. Humphrey, the runner at first. Beg your pardon, the runner at second. And Dexter Scott is the runner at first. Strickler coming in to charge, and McFall steps off. Always fun to see different wheels turning when runners are at base and you know the batter is going to bunt. 0-1 pitch, Sizemore squares the bunt, misses again, and that is strike two. So 2 missed attempts at a bunt. Quinn McCoy waits on deck. Figure Sizemore will swing away here. That bounces past the catcher, Buckingham, and that is a wild pitch on McFall, allowing Humphrey to advance to third and Scott to advance to second. The count is 1-2 to Sizemore, who now has a chance to drive in a pair of runs with a hit here and give Davis County the lead. He puts it in play, grounds it to the middle of the infield. Irwin, the shortstop, throws to first. Good stretch on the back end by Strickler at first to retire Sizemore, but coming in to score is Humphrey to tie a score at 1. So give Sizemore an RBI on that ground out. Scott now is at third with 1 out in the inning. That brings up Quinn McCoy. He's been hitting the ball better as of late. His average is up to 231. He puts that in play, just foul inside the third base line. McCoy had a big at-bat in the 6th inning of Davis County's 12-9 win over Clark. His infield single drove in a run, and then a throwing error trying to throw out McCoy as he takes that pitch low for ball 1. That allowed another run to score, and those 2 runs proved to be very important, as Davis County, who once led 8-1, saw their lead shaved all the way down to 3. Were able to hang on and win 12-9. That's bunted foul at the plate to make the count 1-2. McCoy also had an RBI double back on Tuesday in their loss at Mount Pleasant. That was his first extra base hit of the season. Now he's in the hole 1-2 with a runner at third and 1 out. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second. Fastball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck is Duke Scott. Two-two pitch. Fastball. Ooh, just a hair outside. Buckingham held it for a moment longer, tried to frame it for home plate umpire John Tharp, but the count is full at 3-2. McFall is ready, and here comes the payoff pitch. Grounded to the right side. That'll do the job as the second baseman Folkerts throws out McCoy, but an RBI ground out for McCoy gives Davis County the first lead of the day. It's 2-1. So a pair of RBI ground outs. And Davis County scores without the benefit of a hit. Base is empty, 2 outs, and the batter is Duke Scott. Scott swings and misses at a fastball. This season, Scott has 2 hits and 30 at-bats. That's an .067 average. He has an RBI. The 0-1, fastball up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott takes that pitch in the dirt to make it 2-1. Albia has Hellman left with Drake Kennedy in center, and Son is the right fielder. Maddox Kennedy's at third. Irwin's the shortstop. Folkerts is at second. There's a swing and a miss by Scott to make it 2-2. Jackson Strickler is the first baseman. Bo Buckingham is the catcher. And McFall on the mound looking to end this inning with the count 2-2 with 2 outs and none on. The 2-2 coming to Scott. He takes that pitch a little high, and the count is full. After a 10-pitch first inning, this will be pitch number 22 of this inning for McFall. Not ideal on a hot day like this. Payoff pitch popped up. That might be trouble as that goes into short left center field, but coming in is the center fielder Kennedy to make the catch, and the inning is over. Davis County does get 2 runs on no hits, a pair of errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the third inning. It's now Davis County 2, Albia 1 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Back here at the Mustang Sports Complex, Peyton Schooley on the mound for Davis County. He will be pitching with the lead for the first time this afternoon. Davis County leads at 2-1. Here in the top of the third. And it's the top of the order for Albia, starting off with Drake Kennedy. He singled to lead off the game, stole a base, and scored on an error. That's been Albia's only run thus far. First pitch fastball, missing down low. Schooley struck out a pair in a 1-2-3 inning back in the second inning. Curveball, strike one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, missing inside. Beg your pardon, it was I think that was the 1-1 pitch, actually. Fastball, hit on the right side. Taylor, the second baseman, flips to the first. And Kennedy is retired for the first out of the third. That brings up Isaac Helm. He won a standoff during the national anthem. Albia team kept standing after the national anthem was played. 1 by 1, Blue Demons made their way towards the first base dugout, but Helm was the last man standing. Standing in the spot that he was for the anthem until finally his teammates relented. He swings and misses, and it's quickly 0-2 to Helm. Helm batting right-handed versus the right-hander Schooley. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's a bit outside. Base is empty, 1 out, top of the third. Davis County leading 2-1. Albia batting. And the 1-2 pitch is put into play on the left side. Big hop forward to shortstop Scott. Low throw, and Sizemore could not grab it on the hop. Unfortunately, that goes on an error on Dexter Scott, but Sizemore immediately tapped himself on the chest as if to say, yeah, I should have had that one. So Helm is safe at first on the error. And here is Drake Irwin. He reached on an error back in the first inning. Irwin comes into today batting .429 this season, as Schooley throws back the first to check on Helm. He has 3 doubles, a triple, and 13 runs driven in. As I said during the first inning, Irwin was batting .667 coming into the game against Davis County on June 2nd. He had 1 hit and 4 at-bats, which was a slow day for him apparently. Runner goes, that pitch is wide for a ball. The throw to second, not in time. So Helm gets a stolen base. Tying run in scoring position. Now the 1-0 coming to Helm. Curveball, lifted high in the air, out to left. Drifting over towards the gap as the left fielder settles to make the catch. He's tagging from second and going to third is Helm as that throw went into second. So a productive out for Irwin. Second out of the inning. And it'll be up to McFall to drive in the tying run for Albia. McFall looks at a fastball outside. He singled his first time up back in the first inning. That pitch deflects away from Schooley. Coming home is Helm. Flip to the plate, not in time, and we are tied at 2. A pass ball, allowing Helm to score. And just like Davis County did in the bottom of the second, Albia gets a run scored without the benefit of a hit. Two 2-0 the count to McFall with the bases now empty and 2 outs. There's a line drive out to right center field. That is down. Scooped up by McCoy, and he holds McFall to a long single. So McFall is 2 for 2. He'll give way to a courtesy runner, I am sure, on a hot day like this, as Dylan Renaud pops up from the first base dugout to take his place. That extends the inning to Maddox Kennedy, who popped out to short his first time up. Schooley's first pitch, fastball clips the outside corner for strike 1. Kennedy gave that pitch a long look, as if to say, are you sure that was a strike, Blue? Renaud goes. There's a line drive in the center, and Duke Scott plays it on the hop. Going to third, and out at third is Renaud. Duke Scott throws out Renaud, trying to take third base on the single, and that's the way the third inning ends. Albia does get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Albia and Davis County tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County and Albia knotted up at 2 as we play in the bottom of the third. Peyton Schooley leading things off for the Mustangs. He struck out looking on 3 pitches his first time up. That pitch bounces to the plate for ball 1. Actually, I got a good, oof. I think they got Buckingham in a very sensitive region, if you know what I mean. Buckingham taking a long walk. He's doubled over. He doubled over a couple of times. But he grabs his catcher's gear, his mask, his glove, and he's ready to get back behind the plate. So it looks like he's fit to continue. Although easy for me to say, I didn't just take a baseball off a very sensitive region. One and 0 the count to Schooley, leading off the bottom of the 3rd. McFall's next pitch, that's high. It might have compensated for the pitch in the dirt that hit Buckingham down low. 2-0 to count to Schooley. Looking to start a rally for Davis County here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a strike. That's inside to make the count 3-1. Mustangs had a season-high 10 hits in their last game on Friday and a 12-9 win against Clark. They have 1 hit, a double by Prevost back in the 1st. Schooley lifts that high and foul to the first base dugout, and that lands near head coach Brad DeMoss, near the dugout entrance. And the count is full at 3-2. The wind is so strong, any pop-up to the first base side, any fielder should not give up on it. It looks like it's going to stay in the field of play. That's how strong of a wind it is. Schooley takes that pitch well upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk drawn by Schooley. Albia led 1-0 after a half an inning. Davis County took a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 2nd. Albia tied the score at 2 in the top of the 3rd. Now here in the bottom of the 3rd, Davis County has a go-ahead run at first. Here's Josh Settles. He ducks away from a fastball, 4-1. Settles took a pitch off his helmet in his first at-bat. Almost saw deja vu there. The 1-0, fastball. They're really busting Settles inside as he turns away from that one. And the count is 2-0. That must be the plan to attack Settles. In. That's all we've seen so far from McFall. Lefty versus lefty matchup. And Settles got tied up as he fought that pitch off and fouls it back. 2-1 to count to Settles, your classic hit and run count. We'll keep an eye on Peyton Schooley leading off from first. He does not go, and that pitch is in the dirt, 3-1. McFall has walked 1 batter so far through 2 innings. That walk later came around to score. That was Dexter Scott back in the 2nd. That's high for ball 4. So a pair of walks to start off the 3rd. Timeout called. Here comes head coach Brad DeMoss as he wants to have a conversation with Connor McFall. In the meantime, Brett Prevost will come over to talk to head coach Todd White, and actually White wants to talk to Peyton Schooley and Josh Settles, the runners on base as well. Albia wearing their sleeveless white jerseys with blue pinstripes. Albia written across the chest in blue letters with red outline. Blue numbers as well. Davis County with their white pants and maroon tops. Their customary look at home. Mustangs written in script across the chest with gold letters and numbers. So the respective huddles are over. Brett Prevost is the batter. Prevost has 1 sacrifice this season, See if head coach Todd White decides to have him sacrifice here. Strickler is thinking that as he's playing in on the infield grass at first. He does square the bunt, and he fouls it back. Prevost doubled in his first at-bat back in the first. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the third, we're tied at 2. The 0-1 to Prevost, who squares the bunt and fouls it off at the plate. Oh, 0-2 to count to Prevost. Peyton Schooley takes his lead at second. He runs very well. Settles with above average speed at first. McFall with a long pause now steps off. McFall with a long stare into his catcher Buckingham. Now comes set. The 0-2. Fastball high. 1-2. Buckingham had his glove up near the head of Prevost. Head level, I should say. As if to signify he wanted that pitch upstairs. He got it upstairs, but that was an easy take for Prevost as that was well above his head. Prevost calls time at the plate. Now McFall is ready. The 1-2. A swing and a miss by Prevost, and that's the first out. So Prevost unable to advance the runners, strikes out. And that brings up Max Taylor, who popped out to the first baseman, Strickler, his first time up. McFall looking to pitch around a pair of walks to start off the bottom of the third. We're tied at 2. Taylor looks at a strike. Davis County 9-10 this season, 6-7 in South Central Conference play. Trying to climb back up to the 500 mark. They've been there twice this season thus far. That's low and inside to make it 1-1. Davis County has not been above the 500 mark since May 22nd. That was their second win of the season against Woodward Granger, where they moved to 2-0. They promptly lost a doubleheader the week after that to Cardinal, and they've been under 500 ever since. Taylor takes a low strike, and he can't believe that call as he looks skyward as if to say, "You're killing me, ump." Now the count is 1-2. McFall delivers. That's a little pop-up to short, caught by Irwin. Infield fly was called anyway. And there are 2 outs. So now it's up to probably the hottest bat in Davis County's lineup thus far, Houston Schooley. Thanks to a 4-for-4 night on Friday. He leads the team in RBI with 13. Loves the first pitch, as all of us know. Checks his swing, and don't know where that missed, but it's ball 1. Schooley's the runner at second, settles the runner at first. The 1-0, breaking ball, that misses outside, and some groans now coming from the Albia dugout on the first base side. Schooley can get picky here, and he can also get aggressive here with the count 2-0. Pitch to Schooley, low and outside, 3-0. Peyton Schooley tries to take third. He is out. Oh, Peyton Schooley tried to advance to third on a pitch that was not quite wild enough, and he gets thrown out at third, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a pair of walks, and one man left. We'll head to the fourth inning. Davis County and Albia are tied at 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
We're at the top of the fourth of game one of our doubleheader. 2-2 is our score. Albia batting. Albia has out-hit Davis County in this ball game so far, 4-1. Albia has committed 2 errors. The Mustangs have committed 3. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Blue Demons, starting off with Carter Folkerts. He popped out to the catcher Schooley his first time up. Peyton Schooley on top of the mound. First pitch curveball. That's whacked in the left field. Sinking and lunging forward and missing it is Settles. Going to second is Folkerts, and he'll make the turn and try for 3. Here comes the throw to third. Not in time. It is a stand-up leadoff triple for Folkerts. Fly balls are an adventure with a windy day like this. So the go-ahead run is at third for Albia. Jackson Strickler, who struck out his first time up, is the batter. Davis County brings their infield in. First pitch strike. I'm wondering about the stamina of Peyton Schooley, especially since he's not giving way to a courtesy runner. He was out on the base paths for much of that bottom of the third inning. He didn't have time to rest in the dugout. There's a defensive swing and a pop-up into foul territory, first base side. That drops to the grass. Sizemore gave pursuit, but he couldn't catch up with it. Counted quickly 0-2 to Strickler. So Davis County with their infield in with the runner at third and nobody out. Schooley rocks and fires, and Strickler pops it up. Short right field, and Taylor makes the catch, and Folkerts faked, tagging up and heading home, but he stays put at third. Good hustle by Taylor. He was playing in, as I alluded to, but he was able to get to the outfield grass and put it away. Now the batter is Bryson Reed. He grounded out to short his first time up. Davis County keeps their infield in. First pitch is low. Albia 2, Davis County 2 here in the top of the fourth. Game one of our doubleheader on what is a hot Monday. He scores the bunt, and that's bunted back to the screen and foul. It looked like a safety squeeze because Folkerts wasn't running on that pitch, but he's about a third of the way to home. So It looked like a safety squeeze and not a suicide squeeze. Regardless, the count is 1-1. Schooley's next offering, Reed swings away and comes up empty. 1-2. Schooley looking for a strikeout in this spot. The pitch. Grounded up the middle. That's gloved by Taylor. Nice running play by Taylor. He was in front of the bag at second. A jumping throw retires Reed. However, Folkers does come in to score as Albia now leads at 3-2. But nice athletic play by Taylor, the freshman. So an RBI ground out for Reed. Base is empty with 2 outs, and here's Bo Buckingham, who struck out looking his first time up. He squares the bunt. He did not pull his bat back in time, and home plate umpire John Tharp says a strike. They appeal to Tyrell Welsh, the field umpire. He also says it's a strike. They call that a double appeal? I don't know how that works. The 0-1 curveball, strike 2. Albia, however, has the lead. Schooley looking to shut the door and take us to the bottom of the 4th. The 0-2 to Buckingham. Curveball, got him looking again. Second time Buckingham has struck out in this ball game, and the inning is over. But Albia does score a run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on. Going to the bottom of the 4th, it's now Albia 3, Davis County 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi, I'm Allison Engels, Senior Vice President at First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield. Farmers and ranchers, when it comes to ag loans, you want to work with a bank and lender that speaks your language. Both myself and Joe Randolph are farmers as well, so we fully understand the agricultural economic business needs. We know the inputs and the outputs, the ups and the downs, the market, and every other obstacle that arises in farming. Come and see me, Allison Engel, or Joe Randolph with First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield to discuss your ag lending needs.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Albia has taken the lead here in this seesaw opener of our doubleheader from here in Bloomfield. 3-2 is our score as Davis County looks to change that here in the bottom of the 4th. One of the things you hate to have happen is have one of your hottest batters have the bat taken out of his hand. That was the case for Houston Schooley coming off a 4-for-4 game on Friday. But with 2 on and 2 outs, he was left standing at home plate as Peyton Schooley attempted to take third on a pitch that didn't get far enough away from the catcher Buckingham, and Peyton Schooley was thrown out at third. And so we'll start off with Houston Schooley here in the bottom of the 4th as that breaking ball misses well outside for ball 1. Only hit for Davis County was a 2-out double by Brett Prevost back in the 1st inning. That pitch is fouled back. Otherwise, it's been walks and errors that have led to the Davis County runs. A pair of errors and a walk allowed the Mustangs to score 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, and that has been it for the Mustangs thus far. The 1-1. Fastball strike, 1-2. The first 2 reached in the bottom of the 3rd, a pair of walks allowed by McFall, but then a strikeout, a pop-out, and then Schooley got thrown out trying to take third base to end that threat back in the 3rd. 1-2 to count to Houston Schooley, leading off the bottom of the 4th. The pitch by McFall, and he misses with the breaking ball outside, 2-2. Depending on what happens in this doubleheader, Davis County can jump into 4th place in the South Central Conference, leapfrogging Albia in the process. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that gets to Irwin near the second base bag. His throw is in time to retire Schooley, and there's one out. Albia is 7-6 in the South Central Conference. Davis County is 6-7. So with a pair of wins in this doubleheader, the Mustangs can take sole possession of 4th place in the conference. Dexter Scott is the batter. He walked and scored back in the 2nd inning. His team-leading 15th walk he drew back in the 2nd. That pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. 3-2 is our score. Davis County trailing, batting here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases empty, 1 out. And a 1-0 pitch is a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. So Scott is aboard with a 1-out single. The batter is Noah Sizemore, who drove in the first Davis County run on an RBI ground out to short. First pitch is rifled out to left center field. That's got some tail to it. It gets over the head of Kennedy, the center fielder, rolling to the wall. Coming around third, here comes the throw to the plate. It's cut off. Scott scores on the RBI double by Noah Sizemore, and we are tied at 3. Oh, I don't know if Strickler, the first baseman, should have cut that throw off. That would have been a very close relay throw or relay at the plate. So Sizemore got it up into the jet stream with the wind blowing the way it is. Managed to get a line drive over the head of the center fielder Kennedy. Scoring Scott, and now he's in scoring position for Quinn McCoy. McCoy drove in the second Davis County run with an RBI ground out back in the 2nd inning. He swings to the first pitch and grounds it towards the middle of the diamond. Scooping up is Irwin. He won't have a play. He eats it. Infield single for McCoy. Sizemore takes third on the play, and now the Mustangs have runners at the corners with 1 out for Duke Scott. Bo Buckingham, the catcher, standing in front of home plate, giving a signal as to what head coach Brad DeMoss wants the Albia infield defense to look like. An entertaining seesaw matchup, now tied once again. Scott flew out to center his first time up. Throw to first, and back safely is McCoy, who was leaning towards second base. Most of the base runners at first especially have not gotten good jumps off McFall, the left-handed pitcher. Scott fouls that back towards the first base dugout out of play. The 0-1, Scott squares the bunt. Nice bunt in front of the mound. McFall fakes the throw to first, and now he has Sizemore caught up between home and third. And Sizemore gets tagged out by Buckingham. A base running mistake by Sizemore as he gets cut down for the 2nd out. Scott is safe at first on the fielder's choice, although it probably should have been a base hit. So score that 1-2-5-2 on the putout. McFall to the catcher Buckingham, to the third baseman Maddox Kennedy, back to the catcher Buckingham, who ran down Sizemore and tagged him out. McCoy's the runner at second, Scott is at first, and the batter is Peyton Schooley. A strikeout and a walk in his 2 plate appearances. He swings and misses at the first offering by McFall. Three hits in the inning for Davis County, but only 1 run to show for it. The 0-1 to Schooley. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 outs, it's interesting. Strickler playing in on the grass and almost like he's expecting a bunt at first. Not holding on, the runner Scott. The pitch in the dirt. 2-1. Max Kennedy, the third baseman, playing back. So if a bunt is on the mind of Peyton Schooley, it would be ideal if he pushed it up the third base line. The 2-1. Schooley swings away. Is a flare into center field. That drops for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is McCoy. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's up to line. Scoring is McCoy, and Davis County back out in front 4-3. A clutch RBI single by Peyton Schooley. Just his second RBI of the season, but a great time for it. Runners at first and second. And the batter is Josh Settles as, is that Victor Milder? Yeah, it's Victor Milder that's in as the courtesy runner for Peyton Schooley. Helping his own cause. Now he heads back to the third base dugouts. If Settles is courteous, he would take a pitch here. Allow Peyton Schooley to just settle in, which he does, for ball 1. Just allow your pitcher to sit down, maybe get a drink, take a breath before he has to come back out. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. 2 runs in for the Mustangs, who now lead it 4-3 over Albia. A high fly ball, right field, going out now, coming in is Son. He's under it, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Mustangs score 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We will head to the 5th. Davis County back out in front now, leading Albia 4-3 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Top of the 5th, it was been a very entertaining game 1 of our doubleheader. Davis County leading Albia 4-3. Seesaw affair between these 2 squads. Top of the order for Albia, starting off with Drake Kennedy, who is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the first, grounded out to second, back into third. Peyton Schooley delivers strike 1. In case you're wondering, as we start the top of the 5th, that was pitch number 56 for Peyton Schooley. So his pitch count is pretty manageable at this point. 0-1 curveball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the last day of what was an oppressive heat wave since Saturday. Things figure to cool off moving forward. There's a line drive in the center field for a base hit. Kennedy waited on a curveball and sent it into center. And Albia has leadoff man on for the second straight inning. Here's Isaac Helm. He popped out to the pitcher in foul territory in the first, reached on an error, and scored on a pass ball back into third. That's popped up on the infield. And it is Brett Prevost, the third baseman, taking charge, catching it behind the mound on the third base side for the first out. That brings up Drake Irwin, and Davis County's done a good job keeping him under wraps. Albia's best hitter, hitting .429 coming into this game. So far, he's 0 for 2, reaching on an error. And a pickoff throw at first. They got him. Drake Kennedy caught leaning towards second. Peyton Schooley picks him off, and there are 2 outs. Lots of outs on the bases for both of these teams. Irwin, now with the bases empty and 2 outs, looks at ball 1. Schooley winds and delivers. Fastball, strike on the inside corner. Albia's made 2 outs on the bases in this ball game. As the 1-1 pitch is a curveball that's dribbled towards short. Scott charging, scoops it up, throws the first. Got him by an eyelash. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit. And that, wait, hang on. Now John Tharp, the home plate umpire, says nope. He overrules the ruling by Tyrell Welsh. He says that the throw pulled Sizemore off the bag. So Irwin is safe on a throwing error by Dexter Scott. And this 5th inning will continue. That's something you rarely see. But the first base coach over at Albia, I think that's Billy Strickler, he immediately pointed towards John Tharp, the home plate umpires, to say, hey, Blue, can you give us some help here? McFall sends the next pitch out to the left. That bounces in front of the left fielder, settles for a base hit. Irwin stops at second. Now the tying runs in scoring position for Maddox Kennedy. Dylan Renaud comes in to run for McFall. Kennedy singled his last time up, and that's the way the 3rd inning ended for Albia, as Renaud tried to advance to third on that single. He got thrown out by Scott at third. There's a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. So that was the first out on the bases Albia made back in the 3rd. Kennedy, earlier in this inning, got picked off first. That's popped up. Middle of the diamond. And it is Dexter Scott, the shortstop, catching it on the outfield grass. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, an error, and 2 men left on. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Davis County 4, Albia 3 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs! USA!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Four to 3 is our score as we play in the bottom of the fifth. Game one of our doubleheader. Davis County batting, leading Albia. Breaking ball, missing outside for McFall. That curveball by McFall has not been able to find the strike zone. It's not been able to have the feel for it here today thus far. Fastball missing outside. Ball 2 to Brett Prevost. A double in the first. He struck out swinging back in the third. The 2-0, Prevost looks at a fastball on the outside corner. 2-1. McFall winds and deals. Fastball clips the outside corner again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mustangs have fought their way back down a run twice in this game to take the lead. There's a swing and a miss at the dirt in the ball in the dirt. And Prevost strikes out for the second time this afternoon. And with 1 out and the bases empty, the batter is Max Taylor, a pair of pop-outs. 1 to the first baseman back in the first inning, and then to the shortstop in the third. McFall deals. Fastball a bit outside. 1-0. Relatively speaking, it's been a pretty well-pitched game for McFall and Peyton Schooley, the Mustang starting pitcher. There's a swing and a miss by Taylor, make it 1-1. Not quite the caliber of their first meeting back on June 2nd, which Davis County won 2-1 in 8 innings. The 1-1 delivery, a curveball, hacked foul at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McFall shakes his head a couple of times, now nods, and delivers. There's a chopper towards the mound. Barehanded play by McFall, who underhands it to the first baseman, Strickler, for the out. Nice play by the big man McFall, going skyward and grabbing it barehanded with his left hand. Bo Buckingham with a smile on his face. The catcher admiring the athleticism of his pitcher, McFall. We joked about his blazing speed in the game against Albia. Apparently he has a pretty impressive vertical as well. Houston Schooley looks at a breaking ball for strike 1. And just as I said he hasn't had a feel for his breaking ball, he's thrown a couple for strikes in this inning. Looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the 5th. The 0-1 fastball popped up at the plate, and it's the pitcher McFall making the catch and foul in fair territory, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning, bottom of the 5th. Going to the 6th, Davis County still leading Albia 4-3 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Chris Merle, owner of Hamilton Produce. We are proud to have served the community for over 90 years as your hometown locally owned farm and hardware store. We have everything from tractor parts, general hardware, calving equipment, dry shod boots, and Carhartt clothing. We are also your best source to get your smaller LP tanks filled. Stop in and see us just off the square in Bloomfield. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with our store and specials.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County leads at 4-3 as Albia bats in the top of inning number 6. Peyton Schooley back on top of the bump. 6, 7, 8 due up for Albia, starting off with Carter Folkerts. A little bit of a pause before the start of the top of the 6th as Houston Schooley, who made the final out of the bottom of the 5th, will have to put his tools of ignorance back on. Now he's back in there. We'll have one final toss so he can throw it to second, which he does. That gives us a chance to tell you that Carter Folkerts, he fouled out to the catcher Schooley his first time up, and then lined a triple into left past the lunging Josh Settles. He ended up coming around to score, giving Albia a short-lived 3-2 lead as he looks at a breaking ball a bit low for ball 1. Another breaking ball. That one's cut on and missed by Folkerts to even the count at 1-1. Albia 8-10 this season, 7-6 in the South Central Conference. There's a swing and a miss at a fastball. After a pair of breaking balls, that fastball seems to be coming at you much quicker than usual. 1-2 to count. What will Schooley throw here at Folkerts? It's a fastball, and that's rifled past the lunging Prevost at third and into left field for a leadoff single. So Folkerts is 2 for 3. That's hit number 7 for Albia in this ball game. And the batter is Jackson Strickler, a strikeout and a pop-out in his 2 at-bats. Will he be bunting? He is. Up the third base line. Scooped up by Schooley, the pitcher. Throw to first. And they tagged him on the way by. That throw was to the foul territory side of first. But Sizemore was able to grab it, tag out Strickler, but it turns out to be a sacrifice bunt as Folkerts is at second base with 1 out. That brings up Bryson Reed, pitching a dirt ball 1. Reed grounded out in the second. He also grounded out in the fourth, but that was an RBI, which brought in Folkerts, which at the time made it 3-2 Albia in the fourth. Davis County scored 2 in the bottom of the fourth and lead it 4-3. Curveball fouled at the plate. Reed is a freshman. Came into the game batting .389 in limited playing time. The pitch, line drive towards first, and that was smothered by Sizemore, but it trickles out into right field. Coming in to score is Folkerts, and we are tied at 4. So an error on the first baseman, Sizemore. And thanks to the sacrifice bunt, Folkerts is able to come around to score. Pinch hitter coming into the game for Albia. This is Jag Lathrop. He's a sophomore, batting .188 this season. He's hitting for the catcher, Bo Buckingham. Here in the 6th inning, head coach Brad DeMoss figures this is a good spot to use him. First pitch, fastball, a late swing and a miss by Lathrop. Schooley looks over his left shoulder, comes set, rocks and fires. Another fastball, another strike. And it's quickly 0-2. Runner goes from first, pitches high for a ball. The throw to second, to the third base side. Reed is safe as he gets up and stays put at second base as that ball went to center field, but not far enough to have Reed advance to third. 1-2 to count now to Lathrop. The go-ahead run now in scoring position. The pitch, curveball. Good block by Schooley at the plate as that was in the dirt. And the count's now even at 2-2. Getting late here in game 1. We're tied at 4. Go-ahead run for Albia at second base. 2-2 pitch, curveball. Got him looking. Lathrop is retired for the second out of the inning. And it'll be up to Drake Kennedy. But first time out is called by head coach Todd White. 78 pitches for Peyton Schooley, and that might have been his final one that he just threw. As head coach Todd White takes the ball away from Peyton Schooley, and we will have a new Mustang pitcher come into the ball game. So we will take a break for a pitching change. As the new pitcher will come in for Davis County, with Albia and the Mustangs tied up at 4 here in the 6th inning. Albia has a runner at second with 2 outs. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game is Noah Sizemore. He takes over for Peyton Schooley. We're in the top of the 6th, 2 outs. Albia has a runner at second. We are tied at 4 here in game 1 of our doubleheader. First game between these two squads back on June 2nd. That went to extra innings. Davis County was able to win in 8 by the final score of 2-1. Same type of game here, albeit a few more runs being scored. Peyton Schooley takes over at first base, so just a straight-up switch between Schooley and Sizemore. And the first batter Noah will face will be Drake Kennedy, the leadoff batter for Albia. First pitch curveball, a 58-footer, blocked by Houston Schooley, the catcher, and the count is 1-0. Kennedy is 2 for 3 in this ball game. A pair of singles, also a ground out. Albia has 8 hits in this ball game. The 1-0 fastball that bounces off Schooley. The throw to third, and safe is the call at third as Reed was able to successfully take third base on that wild pitch. Now the go-ahead run is at third. 2-0 to count to Drake Kennedy. Sizemore's pitch, fastball, strike. Here's the wind, 2-1 pitch, that's low in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Isaac Helm waits on deck for Albia if Kennedy can extend this inning. And a 3-1 delivery, rifle out to center. That's a base hit. Coming in to score with the go-ahead run is Reed, and Albia now leads it 5-4. Third hit of the game for Kennedy. It is a go-ahead RBI single. And that closes the book on Peyton Schooley. As Helm grounds that past Prevost, who stayed down on it and hopped over his glove. Coming to third, and in there is Kennedy. Helm takes second on the play, and the error by Prevost extends the inning. So now Albia has a chance to take a 2, perhaps 3-run lead. As Drake Irwin, their most dangerous batter, is at the plate. Peyton Schooley went 5 2/3 innings, allowing 5 runs, only 1 of them earned on 8 hits. He did not walk a batter and struck out 4. He was victimized by the defense behind him. Davis County with 5 errors in this ball game. First pitch to Irwin. Fastball over but low. Irwin is 0 for 3. He came into this game batting .429. You can only keep a hitter like him down for so long before he breaks through. The 1-0. Fastball too high. 1-1. First base is open if Davis County wants to deal with McFall. The problem with that is that McFall is 3 for 3 in this ball game. Case of pick your poison. The 2-0. Fastball low and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Sizemore doesn't want to give a cookie to Irwin, but he needs a strike here. And he throws one right down the middle. Irwin takes all the way. 3-1. Same scenario here, however. You don't want to just throw a meatball down the middle to Irwin. The pitch by Sizemore. That's a little flare out to center, and Duke Scott has to let that fall in front of him. 2 runs come in to score, and Albia now has a 7-4 lead. Irwin with a 2-run single. A 4-run 6th inning for Albia has allowed the Blue Demons to turn the tables. And now Connor McFall swings at the first pitch, a high pop-up. Third base side, foul territory, and Prevost couldn't come up with it. It went into his glove, looked like he might have made a snow cone catch, but it popped out of his glove. And it merely turns into strike 1, although that will go down as an error on Prevost. The 0-1. There's a line drive right center field. That's going to get down. Rounding second and going to third is Irwin. Throw goes to the shortstop, Scott, in the middle of the diamond. Connor McFall is 4 for 4. Irwin now standing at third. And the 9th batter of this inning will be Maddox Kennedy. What a turnaround for Albia here in the 6th inning. Davis County led it 4-3. Now Albia leads it 7-4, and here comes head coach Todd White. Noah Sizemore has not missed many bats since coming into the ball game. He's faced 4 batters. He's allowed 3 hits, and 1 has reached on an error. It's a hot day just like it was on Saturday, which was Albia's last game, a 6-5 loss at Moravia. They cut that tournament short. Each team only played one game before they said, okay, that's enough. We're not insane. And I'd probably say that out of the 3 days we've had extreme heat, Saturday, Sunday, and today, I'd probably say Saturday was probably the hottest out of the three. Not that today feels like an icebox by any stretch of the imagination. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Maddox Kennedy, the batter, who is 1 for 3. He swings at the first pitch, and there's a liner in the center. That's a base hit. Irwin trots home to score. And it is now 8-4 Albia. So the Blue Demons have batted around here in the 6th inning. And here comes head coach Todd White, and that's going to be a very short outing for Sizemore. And we will see a new Mustang pitcher come into the ball game. We will take a break as Davis County's seen their fortunes crash here in the top of the 6th. Albia now leading at 8-4, and we'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the ball game is Dexter Scott. He is the 3rd pitcher this inning. Noah Sizemore faced 6 batters, allowing 5 hits. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Albia has 5 runs in, and they lead Davis County 8-4 here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Defensive changes for Davis County. Looks like it is Sizemore back to first base. Peyton Schooley is now the shortstop, as Dexter Scott, who was at short, now takes over on the mound. Sizemore only threw 14 pitches to those 6 hitters, so they picked on the early count as Scott throws his first pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Jackson Strickler. Beg your pardon, to Carter Folkerts. Folkerts started off this inning with a single. He later came around to score. Here's a strike. Five runs on 5 hits for Albia in this inning. The 1-1. That curveball bounces past Schooley, goes to the backstop, and the runners advance to second and third on the wild pitch. Scott looking to get the final out of the top of the 6th, which has proven to be ever so elusive. That's in the dirt to make it 3-1. 3 of the 5 Albia runs have scored with 2 outs. The pitch. And that's ball 4. So walk to Folkerts, loads the bases for Jackson Strickler. Strickler is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt earlier in this ball game. Actually, nope, they're going to send in a pinch hitter for Strickler. And Owen James picks up a bat, and this will be just his 4th at-bat of the season. Home plate umpire John Tharp updates his lineup card. Now gets back behind the plate. Points to Dexter Scott, and now here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs. James takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Owen James 0 for 3 so far this season. Right-handed hitting freshman versus the right-handed freshman Scott on the mound. Fastball fouled away, and that goes up against the netting near the first base dugout for strike 1. Game 2 of our doubleheader coming up right after this one. Still business to be settled here in the top of the 6th. Albia leading Davis County 8-4. And a 1-1 pitch. That's down low in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. It has been a very long top of the 6th inning. There's a swing and a miss. And Scott's a strike away from putting an end to the bottom of the 6th. That's low, and now the count is full. So, one of the more entertaining plays in baseball will happen on this pitch. Bases loaded, each will get a running start on this 3-2 pitch. Here we go, and James takes ball 4, and that brings in another run to make it 9-4 Albia. Give James his first RBI as a varsity man as he draws the bases loaded walk. That brings up Bryson Reed. He reached on an error. He chops it to second. And a shortstop, Peyton Schooley, shovels it to Taylor at second to retire the side, but the damage has more than been done. Albia scores 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors in the inning, and they leave the bases loaded. Going to the bottom of the 6th, Davis County has their work cut out for them. They now trail Albia 6, make that 9-4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
New pitcher in the game for Albia is Drake Irwin. He pitches in relief of Connor McFall, who is done after 5 innings. He made 82 pitches. He allowed 4 runs, 2 of them earned, on 5 hits. He was occasionally wild as he walked 3 batters and struck out 3. Irwin will be greeted with the 6, 7, 8 hitters for Davis County, starting with Dexter Scott. 1 for 2 with a single, a walk. Make that 1 for 1, a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. That pitch is high for ball 1. And a 1-0 pitch, low and outside, 2-0. Scott takes a pitch on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Scott swings and misses to make the count 2-2. Irwin's 2-2 pitch. Missing a bit outside. Down by 5, Davis County needs base runners. Can Scott reach to start off the bottom of the 6th? That's high for ball 4, a leadoff walk. So Scott does what he does best. Gets on base via base on balls. Here's Noah Sizemore. He has a pair of RBI in this game. A double as well. First pitch fastball, right down Broadway, strike 1. Talked in the top of the 6th how Albia has made 2 outs on the bases. So has Davis County. The 0-1, curveball, and Sizemore ducks out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sizemore's base running mistake in the 4th inning probably could have made Davis County's 2-run 4th inning even bigger. That's low and inside, 3-1, or 2-1, I should say. Sizemore fouls it off at the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. There's a line drive out the center, and the catch is made for the first out. Defensive changes for Albia, and this is only an assumption, so forgive me, but Drake Kennedy is in at shortstop. Connor McFall, who was the pitcher, is now at first base, and Jackson Strickler is out in center field. I believe those are the changes. Jackson Strickler's in left field, and Helm is in center? Got it. Thank you. Meanwhile, Quinn McCoy took ball 1. He swings at the second pitch and lifts it high in the air. Helm is right there in center, and he puts it away, and there are quickly 2 outs. So after a leadoff walk by Dexter Scott, 2 flyouts in a row, brings up Duke Scott. Scott is 0 for 2, a flyout and a fielder's choice. He tomahawks that pitch and sends a high fly ball out the left and drifting over into the gap in left and making the catch is Helm, and he puts away all 3 fly balls this inning to retire the side. No runs, a hit, a walk, and a man left. Go to the 7th inning, Albia leading Davis County 9-4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell real estate? Lincoln Lynch at Lynch Realty in Bloomfield is the guy to call. Lynch Realty is a family-owned business, and it's their policy to serve the community. Whether you are looking to buy or sell real estate or farmland, give Lincoln a call. And don't forget, he also owns Lynch Boys Auction Service, and they can help you with all your auction needs as well. For current listings or for more information, visit lynchrealtyinc.com. That's lynchrealtyinc.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Albia 9, Davis County 4 is our score in the opening game for our doubleheader. We're in the top of the 7th. Albia has turned things around thanks to a 6-run 6th inning. And it'll be Bo Buckingham to lead things off for Albia here in the top of the 7th. Buckingham was lifted for a pinch hitter back in the 6th inning. In his 2 previous at-bats, Buckingham has struck out looking. That was against Peyton Schooley. This is his first look at Dexter Scott. He squares the bunt. Buckingham fouls that pitch back to the screen. The 0-1, curveball hits Buckingham, and he hits over to first. No courtesy runner, it appears, for the catcher Buckingham. So that brings up Drake Kennedy, 3 for 4 with a pair of runs and an RBI. Runner goes from first, pitch is taken for a strike. Buckingham is safe. Taylor, the second baseman, had the ball in his glove. He reached out to tag Buckingham, and the ball slipped out of his glove. That's an error on Taylor. Curveball, taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A swing and a miss by Kennedy to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Line drive center field. Coming on is Scott to make the catch. Throw to second, and they could not double off Buckingham, who slides back safely. So line out to center is the first out of the 7th. That brings up Isaac Helm. Helm is 0 for 4, but he's taken advantage of a generous Mustang defense. He's reached on errors twice. Fastball high, ball 1. Albia 9, Davis County 4 is our score here in the top of the 7th. A runner at second with 1 out. That fastball over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. Scott playing with his push-off spot from the rubber a little bit. Now comes set. That pitch is high to make it 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch is laid in there for a strike. Three and 1 to count. And the pitch coming to Helm. High pop up, third base side, foul territory, and Prevost makes the catch. 2 outs. Helm pops out to the third baseman in foul territory. Here's Drake Irwin. Now 1 for 4. Thanks to the 2-run single he hit back in the 6th inning. Part of that 6-run Albia 6th inning. And Scott's first pitch hit on the hop to second. Taylor knocks it down, throws out Irwin, and that is that. No runs, no hits, a hit batter, and a man left. Last chance coming up for Davis County as we head to the bottom of the 7th. They trail Albia 9-4 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Last at bat for Davis County here in Game 1 of our doubleheader, trailing Albia 9-4. If the score holds, that'll set up a rubber match between these two schools after Davis County won the first meeting between these two teams back on June 2nd, 2-1 in 8 innings. Top of the order due up for Davis County. Peyton Schooley is 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a walk. Drake Irwin back on top of the mound for a second inning of work. First pitch of the 7th, the bottom of the 7th, is a fastball belt high for a strike. The 0-1. High fly ball, center field. Tracking it to his left is Helm, and he puts it away for the first out. Helm has made the last 4 putouts for Albia. Sizemore, McCoy, and Duke Scott flew out to center in consecutive fashion in the 6th. Now Peyton Schooley flies out to center to begin the 7th. Noah Settles is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. He's also walked, and he looks at strike 1. Mustangs down to their final 2 outs here in Game 1, trailing 9-4. The 0-1. Fastball, strike 2. Davis County's 12-9 win against Clark. That was the first game in which they had won a game in which they allowed their opponent to score 5 or more runs. High fly ball. Go figure, out to center. And Helm puts it away once again. Need to quit hitting it to that guy. There are 2 outs, and Davis County is down to their final out. Here's Brett Prevost. Prevost doubled in the first inning. Struck out in the 3rd and the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Mustangs have not had a hit since the 4th inning. in which they scored 2 runs on 4 hits. That misses outside, ball 1. If Albia can get the final out here, they'll secure at least sole possession of 4th place, as that pitch is swung on and missed. As Davis County could have leapfrogged them if the Mustangs could have won both games of this doubleheader, but the Mustangs are down to their final out here in game 1. The 1-1 to Prevost. That's high, 2-1. The 2-1 delivery is a breaking ball, missing low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cloud cover starting to roll in, especially back behind us towards the west as Prevost takes a 2-out walk. That'll provide a little bit of relief for the folks that have made the trip from Albia, also the Davis County folks who came to the ballpark. Max Taylor will look to extend the game with the runner at first and 2 outs. Davis County trailing 9-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Strike. Taylor is 0 for 3, a pair of pop-ups, and then a ground out on a nice athletic play by the pitcher Connor McFall. He jumped up, barehanded it, and flipped it to first. There's a high pop-up to the third base side. That gets over the fence and out of play for strike 2. And Davis County is down to their final strike. Taylor, a wide stance from the right-hander's box. Irwin is set. The 0-2 pitch is a strike 3 called on the outside corner, and this game has come to an end as a big 6th inning propelled Albia past Davis County 9-4 here in our opener. We will take a timeout, tell you all about the opener as Davis County falls here in game 1, 9-4. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern. Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Final score from game one of our doubleheader here in Bloomfield. Albia rallies past Davis County 9-4. courtesy of a 6-run 6th inning as Albia improves to 9-10 on the season, now 8-6 in the South Central Conference. Davis County falls to 9-11 on the year and 6-8 in conference play. Albia opened the scoring in the first inning as Drake Kennedy reached on a single. He stole second, went to third on a throwing error, and then scored on a wild pitch, and that made it 1-0 Davis County. Actually, he scored on an error, I should say, to make it 1-0 Albia. Davis County scored a pair of runs in the bottom of the second thanks to an error, a walk, and then a wild pitch put runners at second and third, and then RBI groundouts by Noah Sizemore and Quinn McCoy made it a 2-1 Mustang lead. Albia scored a run in the top of the third to tie it up. Isaac Helm reached on an error. He stole second, advanced to third on a flyout, and then scored on a pass ball to make that 2-2. That stayed the score until the top of the fourth when Albia was able to take the lead as Carter Folkerts led with a leadoff triple and then scored on an RBI ground up by Bryson Reed to make it 4-3. Make that 3-2, I should say. Davis County countered with 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth on 4 hits. An RBI double by Noah Sizemore and an RBI single by Peyton Schooley were the big hits of that inning, and that made our score 4-3. That stayed that way until what became a very bad 6th inning for Davis County as Albia pushed across 6 runs on 5 hits, and there were 2 Mustang errors in the inning as well. A bases-loaded walk drawn by Owen James, the freshman, brought in the final run of that inning. Big blows in that inning were a single by Maddox Kennedy that drove in a run, a 2-run single by Drake Irwin, and a run-scoring single by Drake Kennedy. And that was all the scoring as Albia was able to shut the door, courtesy of 2 shutout innings by Drake Irwin, and they win this opener by a final score of 9-4. So final numbers of this game, and we'll do the final numbers of the game first. Albia 9 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors, 9 men left on. Davis County 4 runs on 5 hits, 7 errors, and 6 men left on base. Time of the game 2 hours 5 minutes. Winning pitcher is Connor McFall. He improves to 4-2. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 4 runs, 2 of them earned on 5 hits. He walked 3 batters, struck out 3. He also went 4 for 4 at the plate. So he had 4 of the 12 Albia hits. So good all-around game for the big junior. Losing pitcher is Peyton Schooley. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowing 5 runs, only 1 of them earned on 8 hits. He did not walk a batter while striking out 4. So that will do it for our first game as Davis County falls to Albia 9-4. They will try to salvage the split of this doubleheader and win the season series versus Albia as well in Game 2. If you're listening on New Country 104.3 KRKN, hang in there. You will listen to some programming before we get you started for Game 2. If you're watching online, we will start a new stream momentarily, so stay tight for that as well. So we will say goodbye momentarily from here in Bloomfield. Once again, our score for Game 1 of our doubleheader, Albia 9, Davis County 4. For Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith, back at our studio in Ottumwa. This is El Scourger saying so long from Bloomfield. We'll be back momentarily. This has been Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.